So it's been a year since the July Unrest, but the images of malls and shopping centres being looted and destroyed, I think is going to stay with us forever. The violence was sparked, of course, in KwaZulu-Natal by the imprisonment of former President Jacob Zuma, but it quickly turned into a sometimes violent looting spree, not only in KwaZulu-Natal, but here in Gauteng as well. Let's find out how one mall in particular has been rebuilt in the past year, and I'm joined now by Lerato Makama, General Manager of the Sam Ntuli Mall, which is in Katlehong, which is east of Johannesburg. Lerato, thank you very much for joining us. I wonder if you could take us back to this time last year, and it really was pretty much to the day when we saw that the looting had spread to Gauteng, parts of Johannesburg and the East Rand. And it was really a frightening time. What happened at the Sam Ntuli Mall?
Thank you so much for having me. Actually, what happened on that day, the malls around us were already looted. So we're trying to protect the mall in any way that we can. We did not trade on the day. So we just went home, closed off the mall. We had our security ready for anything that might happen. But the people that came in, there were a lot of people. So they overpowered us. And we tried calling the soldiers. We tried calling the police. We tried to call whoever can assist, but because of everything that was happening in the country, they could not be in all the places all at once. So they came in around 7:30. It was around this time, actually, when our gate was down. And the place was just destroyed within 2 days.
I mean, we're looking at the images now, and it's astonishing. I mean, it's just completely destroyed. Did anyone die? We know that people died in violence, but also in stampedes. Talk to me about possible violence.
Yes, we did have people who died, and one of them was the metro. He was shot dead. He was inside the yard when he was shot. And we had about 3 people or so, and one of them was, I think, a 14-year-old boy who lost his life during the stampede. Oh. And yeah, we lost about 4 lives during the unrest.
Terrible, terrible, those scenes. Talk to me about the damage we can see. How many shops were gutted? How much did the damage amount to?
What happened is on the second day, because our mall was looted 2 days, on the 12th and on the 13th. So on the 13th, we didn't have any police or anybody at the mall, so we decided to come. Actually, what happens is the mall is managed by 3 girls. It's Nokolo, myself, and Ududu. So we came here to try to save the mall together with a guy that helps us. He's our handyman. So when we got here, we saw the first fire by entrance 3. We killed the fire ourselves because the fire brigades could not come in because the roads were closed and people were throwing stones at them. And when we got inside the mall, there was even a bigger fire. So they burned down our storeroom. It was a vacant shop that we were using as a storeroom. So that fire was too big for us to even kill. So what we did is we called Mr. Mieza, who was one of the managers at disaster management. So they came through as quick as they could to help us to kill the second fire. And luckily, it was only that shop. And of course, the roof of the 2 shops next to them that was badly burned. And everything was just shut. It was in gutters. Everything was just destroyed. Everything. There was nothing that was saved inside the mall.
Must have been absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was. It was bad.
3 of you, 3 women defending the mall, doing your very best.
Yes.
Obviously, very difficult when there's so many people just destroying what you're trying to defend. When it had all died down, talk to me about how you started to try and repair. I mean, were people even able, did everyone have insurance? Were they able to fund the repair of their shops? How did you go about literally picking up the pieces?
Well, it took us 22 days because we were closed for 22 days before we could start trading. Luckily, Woolman and Twin City, what they did is they assisted their tenants in repairing the shop fronts. so that they could remove all the glasses and just make it at least presentable for them to come in and to start doing their shop fronts. That's how quickly we could rebuild. And we used all the people that work for the mall to assist in cleaning. We had GAPTA as well, our local taxi association. They came through to assist in cleaning the mall as well, so we could quickly start to trade. So it took us basically 22 days to do everything.
It's incredible.
And then we started to trade. The big stores started to come in. A number of our small shops did not have insurance, and those who have insurance, they're still saying that they still have not been paid, so they're still struggling to come back on their feet. So it's a matter of us arranging with them as to how we can best assist them in them to start trading and be as normal as possible.
I mean, Lerato, what you're describing to me is an incredible community spirit, everyone coming together to try and get this mall back on its feet. I want to ask you about the people who were involved in the looting. Did your little team recognize them? Were there people who would normally have shopped in the mall? Or were these people that you just didn't know and you didn't know where they came from?
We had a few people that we know, that we see every other day, but obviously we just have to move on from it. There are people that we know, that we saw on the videos and the pictures that the control room took on the first day. And on the second day, like I said, we were here as the girls to come and try to save whatever we could save. So we saw some of the people that we know, some of the people that we meet on a daily basis. And we still see some of them even today. And yeah, we still see them.
Does it make you angry that they haven't been prosecuted?
I'm not gonna lie, I think I don't know if I was more angrier than the owner of the mall, or I was very angry, and I was very angry. I was very hurt, because we do a lot of community service programs here at the mall, assisting Abogogo and the students, and giving out things that we can to assist and upgrade our community. So I was very, very hurt. I was angry, but you know, I go for counseling every now and then to assist me get over it and try to move on and smile at the people that you know that this one has hurt me before. So counseling has helped out a lot. We get a lot of support from our employer as well, Woolman Group and Twin City. They're very supportive. And whenever, because now even last week we had another threat of people doing, we had to close the mall for half a day. That triggers the anger, it triggers the fear as well. But we get a lot of support and a lot of counseling from our employer.
Well, Lerato,
and now,
yes,
even the community has started to really be very supportive and to say that they don't want the riots anymore.
Lerato, we're looking at the images of the mall as it looks now, that it's been repaired, and that's amazing. But I have to say that you are incredible, and your spirit, just not giving up, even after such a destruction, and having to look at people who you know were involved in the looting and still being able to smile for us this evening. Thank you so much for telling your story. We appreciate it. Lerato Makama, she's General Manager of the Sam Mtuli Mall in Katlehong.